Hey guys, I'm Becky from Book Bite Reviews, and welcome to another reading vlog. Today's reading vlog is a very exciting one because I've decided to read something. You guys know what it is by the title, but I was gonna wait till January and decided, you know what? I don't think I can. It's available right now at the library. I'm just gonna have them bring it to me and we're just gonna do it. Does this kind of wreck my reading plans for the month? Slightly, but we're gonna hopefully make it a very low impact. So the book that I'm talking about is A Court of Frost and Starlight by Sarah J. Maas. Oh, you guys, I'm so excited to pick this up. I hope that I love it. Who knows? So this is the novella in the Court of Thorns and Roses series. It takes place after book 3, before book 4. I just read book 3 last week and absolutely devoured it, loved it, couldn't get enough of it. The plan was to read this in January. Book 4 comes out in February or March. I can't remember. And also, just like side note, I can't find a way to pre-order that book. What's up with that? But anyways, the plan was to wait till January for this because I have a lot of books I want to read in December. But like I said, it was available. I just really want to go back into the world, and this is the last book that we know of Feyre and Rhysand's point of view. The rest are going to follow Nesta as far as I know, so I just want to read it. It's also like pretty short. It only has like, I think less than 300 pages. Yeah, it has less than 300 pages and I just can't resist. I need to pick it up. So we're gonna read it. Today is Friday, December 11th. I'm hoping to get this done by Monday night. That's the plan. If that happens, then it probably won't impact the rest of my reading plans for the month. If it takes longer than that, it may start to impact them. So we'll see, but it's a short book. It should be fine. The other thing is I'm a bit nervous to read this because I've not heard the best of things about it. I'm hoping that because I'm just Sarah J. Maas trash, that I will just end up loving it and that be that. I'm also hoping that the negative reviews I've seen about this book were by people who were like super excited about it coming out, getting their hands on it, and then being like, what the heck is this? This is not what I was expecting. So I'm hoping that that's why they felt so badly about it, whereas me, I know that this is just a novella. I know that this is just like a fluff piece. I'm not expecting it to be amazing, but at the same time expecting it to be amazing. So we'll see. I don't want to be let down. I hope going into it knowing like this isn't a full-length novel, it's just like, you know, to keep people satisfied until book 4 comes out, that it changes my impression. So the plan was to probably start this tomorrow. I don't know if I can wait. Also, I'm wearing this super cute Crescent City sweatshirt that I got from the Bookish box, which is so comfortable. This is my first sweatshirt from them, and this is the softest thing I've ever worn. I don't know if I'll take this off. But I'm gonna go ahead and get started on some other things I need to do. I'm filming this vlog in tandem with a weekend reading vlog. So I have like many other books that I also need to read this weekend. So you're gonna see the same person in the same clothes for basically 2 vlogs, but with different content. So it's fine. But all right, I'm gonna go do my chores and things, and then I will check in with you guys once I finally get to start this book. Maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow, I don't know, but we'll check in. All right guys, it is Saturday night. I am about to start A Court of Frost and Starlight, and I'm so excited. I'm so excited. So I just wanted to update you to say it's happening. I'm really excited. I have decided that this vlog is going to go up not in the month of December, it's going to go up in January. You guys don't need to know this because you won't know this until it goes up, but that's what I've decided, but I'm still gonna read it right now. So I'm gonna start right now. As you guys can tell, I'm really pumped about it and I just can't wait to dive into it. So I'm gonna go start right now. Hey guys, so it is currently 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm obviously in bed, but I am reading Court of Frost and Starlight, and I wanted to update you because I'm currently on page 158, which means I only have 70 pages left. Ever since I started this book, I have not been able to put it down, and I expect to finish this book before going to bed. So I wanted to update you and talk about what I've read so far before I finish it. I'm really enjoying it. I'm really liking that we have like everyone's point of view. We've had Feyre, Rhys, Cassian. I think we've had Mor. Yeah, we've had Mor's point of view. I don't think we've had Asriel's yet, or either sister. But I'm loving that we're getting to know a lot more about them and a lot about who they are and how they're feeling after the war and things like that. We're just really getting to know them, and I can definitely see why people would be so angry about this book, especially with how long they've had to wait for the 4th book to come out, because I just realized that this book at the end has like a sneak peek into the 4th book, and this was published in 2018, so people have been waiting at least 2 years for the 4th book, and I don't know when the 3rd book came out, so I don't know how long they waited to get this to like appease them, and then it being just like them basically Christmas shopping for each other. But I'm liking it just because I like character-driven books more than plot-driven. I like, since I love all these characters, getting to know them better and seeing their struggles and seeing their everyday and seeing them, you know, just going about a normal day and coping and thinking about things and having memories and stuff like that. So I'm enjoying it. I definitely think going into it knowing what it's going to be has helped a lot, but I kind of also think I would have liked this book regardless. I'm gonna finish these last 70 pages. I feel like this book, while it's bringing up a lot of things like Nesta and Cassian and Elaine and Lucian and stuff with Tamlin and stuff with the other courts and the human queens, even though it's bringing up these things, I don't think anything is going to move the plotline forward or solve anything. So I can definitely understand why people are like, why does this book even exist? Because I don't think we're going to have any kind of like forward movement or resolutions. I think it's just kind of a, here's what they did during these couple weeks one time. So I definitely understand it, but I'm loving it. And now I'm going to finish the last 70 pages. I really don't think I'm going to not finish this tonight in one sitting. So I wanted to update you, tell you I'm really liking it. We'll see if maybe later I'll have something to talk about or when I finish it. So I'm gonna get back to reading. So I have finished A Court of Frost and Starlight. I do have the little sneak peek to the 4th book left to read, but the actual book itself is done. I have so many thoughts. I love this book. Like I said, nothing has been resolved. No plot growth has happened or anything. It really was just like something to put out just to like appease people. So again, if I would have read this when it came out, I would be pissed. But going into it knowing what it is, I loved it. I loved it so much. I think it was so great to get to know our characters and so great to see where they're at and how they feel about things and really just get a sense of human emotion, basically. I feel like a lot of times in books, we focus more on like the action and not so much the aftermath. And I think it was really healthy to see this and to see that all these people are dealing with their grief and their pain in a different, normal way. It's not just like a happily ever after the war. So I really liked this. I think it was very healthy, and I just loved it so much. Let's talk about a couple things that I did read at the end, though. So, first of all, let's talk about Elaine and Lucian. I don't know really how to feel about them just because we haven't gotten their point of view ever, and we haven't really spent a whole lot of time with either of them on their own. So I feel like they're the couple that I really know nothing about, that I'm not necessarily rooting for or rooting against. It just is kind of there, and I'm interested to see how it develops. Then there is Amarin and the Summer Court Prince. I can't remember what his name is, but then there's them, who are just like so cute, and I really just want to know like what that other gift was that he got her, and I just want to like know more about them, and I think they're so cute. I'm obviously saving two couples for last, but as far as how things went with Tamlin, I really, really liked it. I should mention, my husband's sleeping, so you might hear him snoring, but I really liked how things were dealt with Tamlin. I think it was done in a proper way. I really liked how Rhys handled it the first visit, but I really, really liked that he went back a second time to kind of like clear the air and just make sure that things are getting done, because like Lucian brought up, this alliance really means something until everything is settled with the humans and the realm and things like that. I liked that he didn't forgive him or anything like that. I just liked that he was like, you're already dealing with enough. We need you to just pull yourself together, and then you can, kill yourself later. But right now, people need you. Seeing all the guilt and everything that Tamlin has, I don't forgive him either, but I don't think I want him to die like I used to. I kind of want him to just grow and find his own happiness and his own sense of being and things like that. I think for a long time, he thought he knew who he was when he really didn't, and I think now is the time to figure that out. Azriel is another character that I'm so interested to see where his story is going to go. As we know, him and Mor are not going to be together, so I really want him to find happiness too, and I'm really interested to see what's going on with him and Elaine. I kind of wish she would have mated with him. But I don't have any feelings towards Elaine. Like, I just have feelings for Azriel and wanting him to be happy. So I hope that we do find that in future books. Then there is Mor. I am really excited to see when she decides to come out to her friends and things like that. I don't think anyone's going to react badly. Azriel might have stuff to figure out, but I think they're all going to support her, and I'm just excited for her to live without fear and secrets and things like that. But also, we just learned about this secret home that she has, and then this like shadow lurking in the back, and that was a very weird moment. It was very ominous and mysterious, and I wonder if we're going to get more of her point of view in future books. So that was really interesting. So now let's get on to the two people that we need to talk about. I think I want to save Nesta and Cassian for last. So let's talk about Feyre and Rhysand. They're so cute. I really, really loved seeing Feyre try to grasp her grief and her guilt and things like that with the war, and I really liked seeing how she grew in this book. As far as a relationship, I feel like it is always getting stronger and stronger, because I realize it has only been a year since they've been mated, or I guess like officially have agreed to the mating bond, but it's only been like 2 years, if even that, since everything went down under the mountain. So, they're still very new in their relationship. They're still going to have like these fears of like not being good enough for one another. So I really like the growth in that. And I will say, I'm so surprised I haven't heard about the sex scene that happens in this book. Like, everyone talks about the one that happens in A Court of Mist and Fury, but this one is like right behind that. So like, that was intense. Also, I love that they've decided to start a family. Ooh, that really hit home with me. I could really, really relate to her not wanting to have like regrets and things like that, and I don't want to have regrets later. So I I feel that on a very personal level. So that was amazing. So now let's talk about Nesta and Cassian. I totally get, after reading this, why people are like, poor Cassian. I feel for him so much. I want him, after like learning his background and feelings and getting his point of view and stuff, I just care about him so much. I want both him and Az to be just so freaking happy. And for Cassian, it doesn't seem like it's too far off. I feel like him and Nesta are going to be like the ultimate enemies to lovers romance, and I'm so here for it and so excited about it. But I really liked that we finally got a point of view from Nesta at the very end and could really see how she is just absolutely destroyed after the war, and that she really isn't this unfeeling, cold-hearted bitch. Like, she's really just dealing with a lot, and the only way that she knows how to deal with things is on her own, and she really isn't doing well. It was just like absolute heart-wrenching, but also perfection at the same time. I do think eventually she will turn to Cassian. I think she'll turn to him before she turns to anyone else, to be honest. I think it's because she is probably going to slowly understand that he knows what she's going through, and that he like sees her and understands her, as we've seen when he was like, you know, I've seen a wounded animal, but at the same time, like, he's just kind of like fed up with being pushed away, which is understandable. But at the same time, I totally understand where Nessa's coming from too. Like, she's just not ready, and she's dealing with a lot of basically PTSD. I cannot wait for her point of view in the next book. I really, really can't. I cannot wait to see how her and Cassian play out. I'm just so here for it. Like, I think that their relationship is going to blossom before anybody else's. So I'm very excited. Also, I've been seeing so much recently, because this next book is coming out and is in Nessa's point of view, of people talking about like what the heck was in the gift, or what the heck was in the box that Cassian throws into the river, which I thought it was from, I think, the second book, when Feyre and I think it's Amryn, when they go to the summer court and steal something. I thought it was something to do with that, and it was just like, sounds vaguely familiar, but okay. But no, that was a different box and water situation. Now I know what they're talking about, and what was it? You better find out in the next book, or I'm going to be very upset, because yeah, that is very mysterious, especially when he's like, oh, you're going to want this gift, and then when she's just like, nope, so done with you, that he throws it into the water. What is it? I can't wait. I'm also very curious to learn more. I think we're going to learn more once we get more stuff from Nesta or Elaine. But I know that like the bond that Feyre and Rhysand had was very different, because they like forged this pact of like him being able to like steal her away for a month, and so like he was able to like spy on her and things like that. So I know their connection was a lot different when they were first mated. So like I don't think she ever sensed anything from him. Maybe she did. Well, there was that time where he was like having bad dreams, and so she came to his room, but for the most part he only like felt her. But I think that was less to do with being mated and more to do with him having the eyes on her hand, so that he could always like check in on her and stuff. Because I'm really interested to know more about the mating bond and stuff like that, because I know that they can sense each other, but it seems like Cassian should know more about what Nessa's going through, and same with Elaine and Lucien, because of what we know with Feyre and Rhys. But it might be different. I don't know. I'm very curious to know like how an actual mating bond works when there isn't other magic and bonds and bargains tied in. So, but for now, I think that's everything I can think of to talk about. This was amazing. I'm going now to read this sneak peek into the fourth book, and then I'll talk to you guys tomorrow about any final thoughts and overallness. But yeah, I just love it. Good morning, guys. So I stayed up very late reading this book. I read this entire thing in one sitting. This was so good. So I did talk pretty extensively last night about my thoughts on the different characters and things like that. I'll apologize now that there may have been some pretty poor quality lighting, my husband snoring in the background, all that fun stuff. But I needed to get my thoughts out. I felt like if I waited till today that I'd forget some things. I wanted to just update you guys in the moment. But now let's talk about the sneak peek chapter that we got for the next book. You guys. It was so good. Like, it's only, I think, like 2 chapters. And not only are we getting Nesta's point of view, but we're also getting Cassian's. So I'm really, really excited about that. It was so good. Even though, like, pretty much nothing happens except for Cassian comes over to Nesta's and, like, forces her to come to Feyre's new river house. And then they have, like, this intervention and Feyre tells her, well, I think it's really Cassian who tells her, but somebody tells her that she's going to be going to the Illyrian Mountains with Cassian. And while it is pretty forceful, they're not giving her a choice to, like, get out of this slump. They know, though, that it will take a lot longer if she's not pushed. She's definitely somebody who doesn't ask for help. She is somebody who wouldn't reach out when she's ready. Like, she's already kind of, like, written everybody off because she's like, good for them for being happy and being together and just leaving me out of everything. It's like she was even upset that they stopped inviting her to things. And it's like, because you never come or you're a jerk. Like, but I totally understand that. People don't want to be left out even if they can't make it to things. Like, they still want to be asked, which is selfish, but it is what it is. So just from, like, that's literally all that happens in the 2 chapters, but I feel like I've learned so much more about Nesta, and I can just, like, feel the palpable tension between her and Cassian. So it's going to be such an epic enemies to lovers if it happens, and I hope it does happen. I really hope it happens. What was really cool, though, is to see things from Nesta's point of view and to see, like, how much she is struggling, because from everyone else's point of view, she's just being a bitch. But if you see it from her point of view, she's really, really struggling with her mental health and her physical health and just really feels lost and alone even though she's surrounded by people. And I think that's really important. It's a really healthy discussion to talk about. You also see things like, everyone says that Rhys is an asshole, but because we always get Feyre's point of view, he's never an asshole to her. Well, sometimes he was in the beginning, but for the most part, he's not an asshole to her. So to see him being an asshole to Nesta, and then, you know, apparently things with her and Amren have kind of strained. So to see Amren be rude to her and stuff like that, it was very interesting. But to see Feyre still, like, watch out for her and try to do what's in her best interest was really interesting because of how poorly she treats Feyre. But I think it's because she pushes people away. But I'm so excited for the next book. I cannot wait. My plan was to pre-order it. So I think I mentioned maybe in this vlog that I couldn't find a place to pre-order the next book. But I looked again this weekend and I have been able to find it, like, pretty much everywhere. The only thing, though, is I kind of want to wait to see if, like, Barnes & Noble's going to do an exclusive edition or anything like that, because right now the only place I found that has, like, an exclusive edition is Books A Million, and the only thing it comes with is, like, a bonus chapter, I think, from Asriel. So I'm kind of deciding, like, do I want to find a local Books A Million and go there on release day or what? So basically my plan is I want to wait till release day. I just don't know where I'm going to buy it yet. I wish that I had a local bookstore, but I don't, so that sucks. Overall, I think that this was great. Like I said last night, if I would have read this when it came out, to read it and have no kind of plot progression and just be 100% character driven and only take place in the span of, like, a week or 2, and we are just learning about, like, how our characters are behaving, I would have been pissed too. But going into it knowing it and being somebody who likes character driven things, I really loved it. So I'm gonna give it 5 out of 5 stars. I want to say there's no surprise there, but I am kind of surprised just because of how much people, like, hated this book and was like, this is worthless. I liked it for what it was. I'm glad I got it from the library, which is why you should always support your library by checking out books before buying them. Save yourself some money. So I think that that is everything. I'm definitely really excited about the next book. I cannot wait. I'm just really, really invested in Nesta and Cassian, and I think that that's on purpose. I think that theirs has like the most tension and like enemies to loversness on purpose. So definitely look forward to another reading vlog coming in probably February or March, hopefully. Hopefully I read it as soon as I get it. But look forward to a reading vlog at some point after February of me reading the next book and obtaining it. I think I'm gonna do like a little like haul and vlog. That'll be fun. But alright guys, that's everything that I have for you. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this video, to please give it a thumbs up. Keep reading, stay safe, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!